Another big story we're watching for you today. As we told you, the Supreme Court is now back in session, but today it will be hearing oral arguments in a redistricting case from Alabama. It could have major implications on the Voting Rights Act, but there are also a number of other high-profile cases on the docket this term. Affirmative Action, notably, is one of them.
Our congressional correspondent, Kilmeny Duchardt, joins us live now from Capitol Hill with a preview from the High Court. Great to see you, Kilmeny.
John and Bianca, good afternoon and good to be with you. Coming right off of the back of the Supreme Court's unprecedented decision to strike down Roe v. Wade, we're expecting another blockbuster term. The justices will be hearing arguments in two major cases on affirmative action, challenging two race-conscious admissions programs, one at Harvard University, the other at the University of North Carolina. The organization Students for Fair Admissions is making the case that race cannot be used as a determining factor in college admissions, arguing that it's discriminatory and unlawful. With the Harvard case, they argue more specifically that the system is biased against Asians. They want the court to overrule a 2003 precedent that struck down the University of Michigan's quota system at the undergraduate level, but upheld its law school program, allowing admissions officers to consider race as one of many factors in achieving diversity. Kenny Zhu and his organization, they're on the other side. He told me that this 2003 decision has made universities some of the most unaccountable and racial discriminatory entities in the United States.
So Grutter versus Bollinger 2003 basically said that universities could consider race as a plus factor, but they couldn't consider racial quotas. I would almost rather they say that universities, you might as well have a racial quota, because that's exactly what Harvard is doing. They're just not phrasing it that way. In fact, the percentage of Asians that Harvard admitted has been at a ceiling for the past 20 years. They won't admit more than 20% Asians. And so what I see is a ceiling, is a quota for race in admissions, just thinly disguised through Harvard's sick diversity rationale.
Well, during her confirmation hearing, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, who attended Harvard and was on the board, vowed to recuse herself from this case. But we know civil rights leaders, corporations, lawmakers, and even teachers unions have sent amicus briefs on Monday advocating for the court to uphold its longstanding precedent. The director for the University of North Carolina's Center for Civil Rights said overturning it would mark a huge step backwards and would lead to less diverse student bodies. We're expected to hear those cases, John and Bianca, a little bit later in the term.
Kilmeny, thank you for that update.